guys, this is what I woke up to. Kevin's up early, so maybe he saw this a little bit later on when he was at the gym getting the pump on. But I woke up to see James Harden in China talking about Daryl Morey and saying that he was a liar, saying that he was never, ever going to play for an organization that has Daryl Morey in it ever again. And so it seems like he wants to trade. That was why he opted in, but now he may not get it. And so, Kevin, what did you think about this news about James Harden and the fact that he hates Daryl Morey now?
Dude, that shit was insane. It's just like one of my best friends, Kenny, Lefty World, he's in the comments a lot. He's a James Harden fanatic.
Lefty
like
World.
from OKC on. So I've got to see him through every phase. And I texted him, I was like, man, so how are we feeling? As a James Harden fan, how are we feeling? And he's just I know he's upset. I know he's upset because it's always something. It's either he's got to put on the fat suit or now he's just coming and talking to kids, talking about he doesn't want to come play for Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey has literally made this man rich, given this man generational wealth. He has been MVP under this man. So Daryl Morey has definitely taken care of James Harden. So it's really sad to kind of see it come out. I know James Harden expected after that last year when he took the 1-year deal, they made the signs to bring on PJ Tucker and all of the guys that they brought on. They expected to make this jump and they weren't able to make that jump. So unfortunately now when it's his time to get paid, they're like, bro, you gave us what in the playoffs? When we needed you the most, you weren't there for us. So why would we give you this max money? He really wanted to get to Houston, but they weren't giving him that money. They chose Fred VanVleet, like we previously mentioned. So it was a lot going on, but he's not the only NBA player to call him a liar. Chris Paul called him a liar because Daryl Morey told him to his face that he would not be traded to the OKC Thunder a couple days before the trade deadline. Then he gets traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So James Harden's not the only person to feel this way.
Shaun, I think you muted.
Daryl Morey is a liar.
Go, Toddy.
He is a liar, apparently, according to. I just thought it was crazy, him. I was trying to figure out where was he at, like telling these people that. I was like, was he like at a press conference? Apparently, he's on like a Adidas run in China, so he's up in China, overseas, talking shit about his old guy who paid him a bag while they were in Houston. But, I mean, you guys seen the memes, the fat suit in the closet. It's been all over the place. It's been pretty crazy. James Harden, we were, the group chat is very lively. I just wish you guys could just get an insight on what we'll be talking about in the group chats. It's pretty funny. As kind of like when James Harden was a guy that, Daryl Morey brought to pair with Joel Embiid. So it was kind of just like, all right, this is the guy that we think we can win a championship with. I think injuries definitely play a factor in Harden kind of being, not as explosive as he was, because I think that, him being in Brooklyn, he kind of lost a step in the playoffs when he injured his hamstring and was basically a pedestrian. And I don't know if he ever kind of got that burst back because, when Brooklyn traded for him, they thought they were getting Houston James Harden, not Fatsu James Harden. And it kind of snowballed him going into Philly, him being the same type player of him kind of reinventing his game. Still can kind of get a bucket. I mean, James Harden is still going to be able to get a bucket whenever he pleases, but I feel like he's a little bit more passive now, him being in Philly and having a guy like Tyrese Maxey who can I'm going to just blow by you with my quick first step, and him being the younger guy. And Philly's probably not afraid to kind of pivot. If James Harden's going to be like, all right, like I'm just not going to play, they're going to probably lean on Tyrese Maxey a little bit more. We'll probably see a jump from him. But I wasn't surprised that Harden kind of came out and said all this stuff about Daryl Morey. Him kind of saying Daryl Morey was a liar was a little bit over the top. But I kind of knew when they ended trade talks with the Clippers that I was like, oh yeah, he ain't going. Training camp, all of that, he ain't going. So, I mean, is Daryl Morey going to play the long game? We kind of saw that when they traded Ben Simmons away. Is he just not going to play? Is he going to sit out? What happens now? Is James Harden going to just sit there and just not be active and still working out? Is he going to be in the fast food still? I don't know.
Getting fined.
Or is he still going to continue to work out and kind of just stay ready for whenever it's time for him to go play? So
yeah,
I knew that he's not going to play, but it's just like what's next for him?
Especially given the Ben Simmons saga that you mentioned, that's what makes this so interesting, is that we've seen a history from Daryl Morey that he's willing to do that, and he has patience. And Christian, I apologize. Toddy got a little excited because he wanted to make sure that we were respectful of your time, but Christian is rolling with us for the entire episode. We appreciate being here with us, Christian.
Oh, yo, he locked in. Let's go.
I'm got shit to do, dog. I'm at the house chilling.
I was gonna say he was like, I was like, that's him texting. This shit's crazy. Like, he probably want to talk about this. Hold on.
Yeah, I looked up and I was like, damn, am I back on this? Oh shit.
Yeah, I saw you like on the producer side. I saw you still there at the bottom, so I was like, hey, let's bring him back in. And so you were telling us in the private chat that shit was crazy. So tell us more. What do you think about this?
Y'all know he said that at a kids camp, bro. Like,
yeah.
Who's even crazier, bro?
He's telling the youth.
None of these kids understand what the fuck you're saying, bro.
I know it's in China, right?
Yeah, like they're just okay. Yeah. Cool, sign my shoe, nigga. Like, I don't care. What are you talking about? That shit is, like, why are you saying this right now, bro? Like, it just to show you the type of players these dudes are, bro. Like, he could have easily said that shit on ESPN, Sports Center, on anything like that, but he chose to do it in that way. Like, it shows you how like the trend of these players these days. Crazy.
You think that's a good look or a bad look, Christian? Like, what do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
we were kind of talking about it at our workout this morning, and I mean, it's just a bad look overall. Like, you're bad mouthing somebody who got pulled in the league. Like, it ultimately signs paychecks. Like, so you know, to bad mouth somebody who can put you in a position to become whatever. He's already a multimillionaire, but to make even more money, like that's just something you don't do. It's not professional, like kind of I was talking about earlier. But it's not professional.
Yeah.
It's not how you conduct yourself, but. I guess he thought he was cool. He was in China. He's like, he probably was drinking, was out, was like, I'm going to just come in, do my little whatever, and be out. So I don't know what dude was on.
What do you feel like, I mean, as far as, my fault, Shaun.
No, go ahead.
Just guys like, I mean, Austin Rivers kind of said it a little bit on his podcast, just talking about guys demanding trades after signing contracts to certain places, like certain specific places. It's not like, all right, here's a list of teams. It's more just like, all right, cool. Like, I want to go here and nowhere else, but I have X amount of years on my contract that I just signed. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of the request and trade, especially after you're locked into a contract. Like if you're a year, 2 years in on your contract, like that's dumb, bro. Like a lot can happen in a year, but. Definitely towards the end of your contract, I don't got a problem with demanding a trade. Now, demanding a trade to a specific team, that's a little shaky. I don't know how that, like, I feel like that's the competitive nature. Yeah, that's the competitive nature, like, kind of being taken out of the game. So, but it's all about money, so I understand it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of none of that. But yeah, you demand a trade if you want to. If you're not happy somewhere, change it.
Gary,
and you also notice, too, only the – But
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, I was just gonna say that I wanted to say real quickly something that I thought was interesting about James Harden deciding to do that in China, just speaking to a bunch of kids, as Christian said, is everyone remembers Daryl Morey kind of had some controversy back in like 2019 when he sent out that tweet that said "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong" when all the protests were going on over there. And so the fact that James Harden like made that speech in China after Daryl Morey's history with China, I thought
the level of pettiness of this league is just too high right now, brother. Let's get back to hoop.
Man,
Straight
exactly.
Up.
So, Gary, let's hear what you had to say about that. Sorry for jumping in too much.
No, you're all good, Shaun. That was a good point to bring back, to be honest with you, because he's probably thinking like, yeah, these guys probably hate Daryl Morey just like me. So let me just say it with all these kids real quick. But, oh, man, the couple things that went across my mind really is like, it's kind of sucks. I don't know about y'all. I thought about Joel Embiid right instantly. Like, bro, he's like MVP in this league. They got so many good pieces on this team. Like I think I mentioned earlier, I really wanted James Harden to thug it out. I was happy like he signed a 1-year deal. Not signed a 1 year. He re-signed for his last year. I kind of wanted to thug it out and try to get a chance for a ring again. You know, you're in a good system with just a good team that's been knocking on the door every year. Like the first year you traded midway, so you know you really didn't get your feet wet last year. You had some good moments with the team, like Kev mentioned, or I think Von mentioned earlier. He dropped like a 40 piece in the playoffs when I think Joel was missing one of those games. So he had a good season. I know it's not James Harden Rockets type season, but he can still be a very valuable player to his league. So I understand why Daryl Morey is not trading him the way he wants to trade him or where he wants to trade him to the Clippers. Because first of all, Clippers don't really got much to give what they need in 76ersville. So it kind of makes sense what they're doing here. I don't like Christian said, like the way he went about it was, I mean, it was funny to be honest with you. And it's kind of like only like Christian, only he could do this. Like only big names guys can like really go out there and just like trade me here, trade me there. Because realistically, only a few guys got that type of pull or even got that type of guts, like you said. Like he's already a millionaire, trillionaire, whatever you want to say, multi-million. So he's already set. So he's not really looking for a bag where like he's desperate, but that's why he's like can take that risk and say those type of things. But a top-ranked guy who literally traded for him 3 times, guys. Traded for him in Houston to get him the first time in OKC. Traded for him again in Brooklyn, like you guys mentioned, or waited all year for Ben Simmons basically to get James Harden. They're waiting for that trade all day, and then traded him again to get him in 76ers. So him just kind of like turn his back on him. I kind of understand. I just really wish I want to hear James Harden's side of the story, what he thinks. Obviously, there's no excuses like to come out unprofessional like that and talk about like one of basically your bosses, to be honest with you. So I don't think that was a good move in his way. But I just feel like maybe, like you said, Christian, maybe he just feels like he's getting disrespected. I forgot who said that, but he's getting disrespected basically in a sense where like he was promised a bag last year and they basically said no. So it's like, bro, you really backdoored me. I stayed here, got PJ Tucker here, took less money 1 year, and when I could have signed a 3-year deal with the Nets last year, they offered him a 3-year deal. That's why he still requested a trade. So he feels like he's losing money right now, even though this guy has paid him many times over again. So it's kind of a tricky situation. I can kind of see James Harden's a little bit like that's the name of the game though. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like kind of like, all right, you can talk it up to just being business, like everyone else. It's just business in the NBA. You gotta be used to the business of the NBA, or you can be kind of like James Harden did. It's like, I'm really locked in with this guy. He said he got my back next year. So when next year comes, I hope you have my back. So he's feeling like he's getting backstabbed. So I kind of feel for James Harden too, to be honest, guys. Because it's like he should not win about it this way. But it's like, bro, like this guy told me he's gonna give me a deal. Now he's not giving it to me. I know it's the business of basketball, but this guy I've been trusting for what, over 8 years, and now you're gonna backstab me at the end. So I kind of feel it, but at the same time, like I mentioned, like I'm going back and forth with it because I really see both sides. I really want James Harden to stay and thug it out in Philly, man, because Joel needs help, and he's a perfect guy to help him get to that championship level. So,
yeah,
what do y'all think?
But also, like, you don't feel that devil's advocate the opposite way, like James Harden kind of, I'm not gonna say promising to win because you can't promise to win, but going to Daryl Morey and be like, I'll win you championships. You put the pieces around me, do so and so. Like I'll produce for you. But if you look over these past, what would you say, maybe 4 or 5 years, James Harden been kind of shitty. Like
Harden's not
fat suit Harden.
I don't think Harden's the number 2 anymore.
Harden.
Or number 1 guy. I don't think he's the number 1, number 2 guy anymore.
I mean, I don't really blame Daryl. Like, bro, like you ain't been producing for me. You kind of be in and out of shape. You kind of, don't stick to your word. Yeah, like, so are you really about winning this championship for me? Because this is my organization. So if you don't want to be here, that's fine. But I'm bringing you back to where I'm going because you keep saying that you can do this and you're not doing it for me. So why would I pay you again?
Is Harden a top 20 guy?
Right now, today?
No. Right now.
Nah, I don't.
Easily, guys. Let's not get crazy now.
He's on the edge.
You can't name 20 guys better than James Harden.
I can think of we can do the old guys real quick. Well, I know 5, 10 off the bat.
Oh, James Harden is still him.
He's still him, Kev. I believe he's still him. Like you can't drop 40 in the playoffs and not be him up there. Christian, you count them down right now. You give us the names, or we can start counting them down.
Harden.
All right, you ready? You ready? I got you guys.
One of the
I got
best players.
Shaun, you're about to list. Go ahead, Shaun.
He's not that guy anymore, and that's what I feel like the Sixers are trying to get out of him. Like they feel like
Devin Booker,
Houston Harden. He's not that anymore.
DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie Irving,
Y'all just start your list over for us, CT.
LeBron, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving, Jokic,
Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid. Oh, you can't stop. Don't stop on it.
Joel Embiid.
Tatum.
I'm taking DeMar DeRozan over James Harden right now.
Okay.
Luka.
Curry.
Luka got Kyrie in there already. That's 10.
SGA.
SGA is way more efficient than James Harden, and I think
you say SGA.
I think that's why he looks better, but I don't think
I'm taking Fox. I don't care anymore. I'm taking Fox. Oh no!
All right, so we're at 11 players. Give me 9 more.
I'm taking Jamal Murray.
Kawhi.
I'm taking Murray. Sabonis. Actually, no, I'm not taking Sabonis.
How you gonna tell? You said Fox,
fellas.
yes or no? Because I feel like that's easy right now.
He said no to Fox.
You said no to Fox, but yes to Sabonis.
No, I said no. I took Sabonis back. I took Sabonis back too.
Okay.
Foxy needs one more year.
Anthony Davis,
year like he had this year, and I'll give it to him.
Anthony Davis. Okay.
That's 13.
Anthony Davis, that's 13.
Kyrie Irving.
Already said Kyrie.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Damn.
That's 14.
Trae Young.
Ja.
No. Ja, we can go back and forth.
Come on, Ja.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, Ja don't.
Okay, and
we talking about next year. Talking about next year. We're not talking just next year.
Zion.
Ant's better than
Zion.
I'm taking Ant. Yeah, I'm taking Ant too. Come on now.
Taking Ant over James. I'm like.
Yeah, right. Next year. Come on, Christian. Next year. Ant's turned into a beast next year.
Right,
next year, bro.
Since I said no to Fox.
Anthony Davis.
I already said
Anthony Davis.
Halliburton.
All right. And no.
Come on.
I love Hallie. He's not better than James.
I'm taking Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson might be in there. I'm not gonna lie.
Jalen
Brunson might be 20.
JB, Jalen Brown.
Oh, no. Jason Tatum.
So where we at now, Kev? Where we at now? That's like 18 right there.
That's
right
16 with Jason
Damian
Tatum.
Lillard.
Jalen Brown.
Yeah, what did you say? Damian Lillard.
Actually, nah. Jalen Brown don't got no left hand. He ain't.
Okay, that's
6. So 16 at JT. Damian Lillard 17.
Okay.
Wait. I'm taking the number one pick.
Kevin Durant?
The number one pick this year.
Yeah, we said KD.
Wimby?
Oh,
I'm gonna take Wimby next year. Next year, he's not gonna have a big.
James Harden should have been an All-Star this year, fellas. Let's not make it seem like James Harden is.
Wimby's not gonna have a bigger impact than James Harden.
No.
James at that 18 spot, man. I might have
like 18, 19, 20.
You can't name. Like
I
said,
edge.
You can't name.
He's like Russell Westbrook. He's on the edge.
James Harden is still good, fellas.
Did you say Paul George, Kawhi Leonard?
Leonard. So that's 18.
I just pushed him out right now. He's on the edge right there. He's on the brink.
Is Paul George better than James Harden?
No,
I think so. Right now, yes.
I'm a Paul George fan, and I said no.
I love Paul George.
Yes.
I love
Paul George.
Right, so I have a real efficient way that we can just knock this out real quick, because I just did a general Google search, top 25 players in the NBA 2023. I found something from CBS Sports that gives their top 50 players before the 2022-23 season started. And James Harden on this list is number 20. So there's that. So real quickly, everyone, actually that wouldn't be very good for audio. So no thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm going to name off some names. If you guys hear a name that James Harden is better than, then speak up. Otherwise, I'm going to go down this list real quick. I'll name like the top 25. Yeah, factor. Yeah. Well, pretty much. And so I think the first half of these, like you said, Gary, like 10, we could all agree on. Then it'll get a little like
he not even top 10. Come on now, Kevin.
Well, I mean, I'll just make this real quick. So we got Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Damian Lillard, John Morant, LeBron James, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Domantas Sabonis, Kawhi Leonard, Tyrese Halliburton. I know that Christian said no on Halliburton and Sabonis.
And Domas.
Yep. Anthony Davis, Pascal Siakam, Jimmy Butler, Pascal Siakam, no, I'm not taking Pascal
Jimmy
Siakam.
Butler,
over.
no.
Yeah, me
Jimmy
neither.
Butler.
No, I don't care what y'all say. Jimmy Butler got to be on it. Come on,
I
bro.
know
The
you got
last
him on the
Playoff.
jersey on, bro.
Two
You gotta
finals
ride
trips.
the wave.
Jimmy Butler's better than
Alright.
Jay Butler.
Thank
Hold
you.
on,
Come
one.
on
See,
now.
Hold on one.
Ain't
Jimmy.
clutch.
Playoff Jimmy, okay. Regular season
Round
Jimmy,
one versus Giannis. Come on.
Nah,
now.
you want to
This
know
year.
why it's only playoff Jimmy though? Gabe literally told me that this nigga Jimmy
Did
does
not take it
care
serious.
about the regular season. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
I
not.
believe
he
it.
will be in
Yeah.
the locker room at the fourth quarter, like with a beer in hand. Like,
He's
like,
chilling because he knows
he's
the
lost
as
they gonna
long
win
as
the
we top
playoffs.
8, as long as we get in.
Yeah, and he's lost by 40. All right, bet.
Trey
He-
Young?
No.
Trey Young.
Give me
I'll take
Trey.
Sean, did you finish the list?
Give me Trey.
Well, I got to 20, and James Harden's 20. The names, the short names after, we got Garry, your favorite player, Bam Adebayo.
I'm taking
Nah.
James.
Oh, by the way,
I'll take
Christian,
James Harden over there.
just to mention why Bam Adebayo is Gary's favorite player. Gary
not.
said during this last playoff run that he will take Bam Adebayo over Anthony Davis.
During that
We all
playoff
said he was
run.
crazy.
During that
Nah,
playoff run.
Still crazy.
He was being consistent. Anyways, keep going.
But then
During
like
that playoff career, no.
so yeah,
No,
like
come on, I'm gonna take
Kyrie,
career.
Paul George, Zion, Devin Booker. To me, there is a solid 20.
Brandon
names that
Ingram.
Brandon Ingram,
No.
De'Aaron Fox.
Ooh,
My boy.
for real?
No one's gonna agree with this, but my boy Lowry Markkinen. I'm not gonna put him in the
No.
top 20, but I'll get him in the top 40.
Laurie's a little bucket.
Laurie be hooping.
Yeah,
Mhm.
He's a big body too.
Putting
Philip
on
I
for the
think
Finnish
Ingram
national
though.
team
Come on
right now.
now.
And so I would say
He's on
that
the
James
edge,
Harden's
guys. He's
not
on
a
the
top
edge.
20 player right now, but yeah, it's debatable.